guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 things I hate about cheer. These are more things that I dislike actually, but you'll understand what I mean when I get into them. I'm going to be reading off of my notepad just because I wrote down all the 5 things that I don't like about cheer, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. And I also want to preface this by saying I obviously love cheer. It's the sport I love doing it, but no sport is perfect, and these are the 5 downsides that I could pick about cheer. I don't want to be a downer, so I did post already on my channel 10 things I love about cheer, but I could only think of 5 things that I didn't like. So there are 10 things that I love about cheer up on my channel already. If you wanted to see what I love about cheer and why I do it, then you can check that out. I'll also link it in the bio down below. Otherwise, I'm going to get right into it. The first thing I don't like, I know that in some gyms and with some people, they can experience bullying in their gym. I know that bullying is an issue that it happens in team scenarios and stuff a lot. I've never had experiences at cheer with bullying myself, so I don't want to speak over the experiences of other people. I've been really fortunate to go to a gym where that hasn't been an issue for me, but I do know that I have heard of bullying or that kind of stuff in other gyms, and I just want to say that if you are experiencing bullying in your gym, speak to someone about it, speak up. That's not okay. You shouldn't put up with it, so let someone know and try and change the scenario, because I don't want you to put up with that. I just want to say that it's never okay to bully someone, and if you are being bullied, please reach out to someone, get help, don't cop it. It's not fair, it's not right, it is not your fault. If you are being bullied, I hope it gets better for you. And it's just an awful situation for the people that are being bullied. It's not nice. I have never experienced bullying at my gym just because the way my gym dynamic has been. I've never seen or experienced bullying myself, but I do know that it does happen at some teams, and I just want to say you have my support. Reach out to me if you need some help. Because that's never fun. I also know that some people experience issues with their size due to cheer. They feel insecure in their size, they have eating issues and that kind of stuff, especially flyers. I haven't had that experience personally. I'm quite secure in my weight and that kind of stuff, and so that hasn't been an issue that I've experienced personally, but I do know other people that have experienced that. I won't be talking about those issues of bullying and size today, just because they're not issues that I've experienced personally, and I just wanted to say that if you are experiencing this yourself, please reach out to someone about it and get some help, because this is a big issue in the cheer community. I don't want to speak about it too much just because I haven't had personal experience with it, so I don't want to speak over the experiences of other people, but these are issues in the community that I just wanted to raise before I got into my personal gripes with cheer. So yeah, that kind of issue is the first thing that I don't like about cheer. The second thing that I don't like about cheer is falling as a flyer or dropping a stunt as a base. So I both base and fly, and when I'm a base and I see my stunt coming down, I'm one of those people that always blames myself, and I always think it's my fault when the base when the stunt comes down, and I feel so bad as a base. I think, I could have pushed harder, I could have gotten under the stunt more, I could have been closer, been tighter, been stronger, and I always feel kind of bad about it when my stunt comes down. And then if I'm flying, when I come down, I always think it's me as well. I think, oh, I didn't hold tight enough, I must have sat down, I must have jumped out of it. It isn't always me, obviously, but I always think it's me, and I don't know, it just kind of gets me down sometimes, but it also means that I work that much harder when my stunts are falling. I push harder, want to be better, and it makes it that much better when I finally do hit that hard stunt that I was struggling with. I finally hit it and I feel so much better afterwards. So it is a downside, but it gets better in the end. The third thing that I wanted to talk about was injuries. Cheer, I believe, if you Google this, I might not be correct on this, but I think it is the most dangerous female-dominated sport. It was when I last Googled it, but you can correct me on that. But anyway, it is regardless a very high-contact sport, very dangerous sport. People are going up and down, and if you fall on the ground, it can really hurt. It can be a big issue. You can have other sorts of injuries. You could tear something. Yeah, a lot of injuries come out of cheer, and I don't like that. When my flyer's coming down, I hate it, I go catch it. I don't want her to get broken. When I fall down as a flyer, I'm like, oops, and then I feel bad because I fell on my bases. I don't like injuring people, and I don't like it when I get injured. So yeah, I just hate injuries at cheer, but it is what it is. It happens because it's such a high contact sport. The fourth thing I have to talk about is okay, so cheer's quite a niche community. And so a lot of people outside of the cheer community don't really know what cheer is. And so they make all these assumptions. And so I hate the assumptions that people make about cheer. People think that they do nothing, that it's all pom-poms. They kind of get like all-star cheer confused with sideline cheer. But I feel like when I say to people that I do cheer, they always think I'm just doing like pom routines and stuff. And pom is really hard. Like I like totally respect pom, but like it's very different to stunting. So it's like, it annoys me when people don't know what cheer is. I don't like it when they assume that it's like all the same, like all-star sideline. They just like get it confused. That is like annoying to me. And then they always ask stuff like, oh, do you fly? And assume that the only like interesting or valid position is a flyer, because that's totally not the case. I think basing is great and I love basing. Obviously I fly too, but like people kind of like downplay how interesting basing is. They always ask when I say I do cheer, they're like, oh, do you fly? And it's like, well, I base too, and that's really fun too. So yeah, I don't really like that assumption. I also don't like when people compare cheer to other sports or other like dances and stuff. So yeah, I hate the comparisons. I don't like when people like put cheer against other sports like gymnastics or dance, like other dances like ballet or something, like put them up against each other, because it's just so non-comparable. Like some skills are transferable across the sports, but you know, they're totally different like routines at the end of the day, and I just don't like it when people compare the two sports or compare it to like ice skating or something like that, because although some skills are transferable, I feel like at the end of the day they're very different sports and we shouldn't be like comparing them and putting them up against each other like that. And then the last thing I want to talk about that I don't like about cheer is the cost. Cheer can get pretty expensive. It's a pricey sport, and so yeah, unfortunately cheer does cost a lot, and so you know, we have to pay our coaches, we have to pay for the merch and the uniforms and all those kind of things, and it does stack up. Traveling interstate for comps, it does get expensive. So yeah, cost is something that I don't love about cheer, but I do think it is worth it because I love the sport so much. But yeah, those are the 5 things that I don't like about cheer. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below something you don't like about cheer if there's something that I forgot to mention. I do have more positive videos on my channel. I just posted 10 things I love about cheer, as I said, so that is in the description box down below if you'd like to see why I love the sport, because obviously I do, it's my favorite. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me, and hopefully I'll see you in a future video soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.